Hey, I'm Amanda.
I'm also Amanda.
And welcome to Idiots Explain, the podcast where one Amanda explains to the other Amanda something that they like,
which the other one knows nothing about.
Alright, Grivas, I have to tell you, before we get started, Adventure Zone.
Yes.
I'm on board.
Yay.
Oh my god. It's just, I'm halfway through, like, the
what episode are you on?
No, Pedal to the Metal.
Number
5, 6, something like
Okay.
that. I don't know. They just went up against some giant hamster wheel.
Yeah.
And whatever. But I am on board.
I told you.
Magic.
It's so good. I was re-listening to it, and, like, I didn't know you were going to put in the Crystal Kingdom music, and I, like, flipped. I was like, oh my god. I have, like, PTSD with that. It's like, if you know My Chemical, like, the Gino.
No.
Do you know that? Oh my.
I've never listened to My Chemical Romance.
Oh. So there's, like, one of My Chemical Romance songs that has, like, a
Black Parade or something?
Yes.
Okay.
And, like, emo kids go crazy.
Okay.
I had that experience.
Okay. But all I have to say, Clark, Tom Bodette. Tom Bodette is a mwah. He's magic. He's a national precious treasure that needs to be kept under lock and key.
I told you.
And protected. Okay. But,
with that out of the way.
with Grivas,
Yes.
I want you to go back in time with me a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go back to middle school.
Okay.
I know, middle school sucked, but let's go back.
No, my middle school was pretty good.
Okay, well,
I had a pretty good school experience for the most part.
okay, middle school was a weird time for me. But, I want to talk about something that... fuck it, what do you know about Twilight?
Oh, I've never read or watched
You've never read Twilight?
I've never
my
read
God.
or watched Twilight.
Okay, alright. What do you know about it? You know, because I know that you have to know stuff.
Oh, I feel like I know some general basics.
Bella, Edward.
Yeah, I know, like, the characters, the teams. I know that Jacob, like, marries their, like, baby at the end.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, this one is going to be a little bit different because I used to be the biggest
I feel like I remember that.
Twi-hard. I was a huge Wait, what do you remember?
No, just I feel like you were one of the people who I knew liked it a lot.
I was such a huge Twi-hard. I look back on it and I'm disgusted with myself. No, I had the books. I had 5 posters.
Oh my god.
All over my room. I had a collectible Twilight jewelry box that came with like a bookmark, which I still have, and like 5 collectible pictures. I had jewelry. I had a charm bracelet. I still have. I have a notebook. I had a composition notebook that was purely for doodles that I made where I confessed my love to Twilight on a daily basis.
Wait, Twilight or specific character?
A specific character, but there was still Twilight. I'm still Team Edward all the way.
Okay.
Which I know the arguments for Team Jacob. Shut up. But then I saw the movie. The movies came out, and I was so excited.
And they were trash.
They were trash! They were absolute garbage. And I remember I went with my friends to see it opening night, midnight, there with my t-shirt and whatever, and we planned on having a sleepover that night.
And you were all like, no.
Exactly.
Bad taste.
Yeah, no, I literally, my mom was chaperoning because she was just one of the parents that went, and I went home with her. I'm like, I cannot. I am too heartbroken over this situation. I cannot do this right now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It's I mean, I had the full, like, so really, you never read Twilight or anything?
I stayed very far away from it, and I like, you brought it, I feel like I once had someone read an excerpt from it.
Oh my god.
And I was like, nope. Because I just heard so many bad things about it. Like, I was, like, into good fandoms.
I'm not gonna lie, I look back on it and I'm like, this book is trash.
I think I also just wasn't into, like, romance. Especially middle school.
That's fair. Well, do you remember Farheen?
Yes.
Okay, she's the one that got me into this. She told me it was about vampires and intense love or something, and everybody else was reading it, and I was kind of lonely in middle school. I didn't like middle school.
Did you get into this in 7th or 8th grade? I forget when this comes out.
I think I was 8th grade when I read this. Yeah, because
I remember people were still really into it in, like, high school.
Yeah, no. Oh, no.
I remember, like, being at high school and seeing people, like, debate about Twilight.
Oh, no. High school, I think it was, like, my sophomore year of high school before I finally am like, you know what? This is stupid.
Yeah.
But it's here on the back of the book, an Amazon best book of the decade so far. A teen people hot list pick.
Decade?
The decade so far. Keep in mind, I think this came out in 2005.
Harry Potter books are still coming out.
Oh yeah. No, Harry Potter.
I want to throw this.
No, don't throw it. Don't throw it. I keep this in like my closet of shame, but it found its way to my bookshelf. But it's just
Hayden put you on blast.
I really want to like. Okay, I'm opening to a random page. Let's see if I can find some. Let's see if I can find some of that good, as you put it.
Okay.
That good. I don't think.
This is great podcast, dude.
I know. Okay, random page. Did you have? Hold on.
Are you gonna do voices? Because I will leave.
Did you have your eyes open this afternoon? He teased. Do you think I could walk down the street? Okay, fuck, that's a stupid one. Yeah, shut up. Oh my god.
She cannot find a good one.
I can't.
None of it's good.
None of it's good.
You played yourself. Congratulations.
I'm not gonna pretend like this is great stuff, but I just remember.
It's like one of those moments where, like, you know something's funny, but you can't find the funny moment.
I can't find the funny moment.
Yeah.
But it's just.
Oh, uh-oh.
How old are you?
Oh, no.
17. How long have you been 17? A while. Okay. Don't laugh, but how can you come out during the daytime? He laughed anyway. Myth. Burned by the sun? Myth. Sleeping in coffins? Myth. I can't He hesitated for a moment, and a peculiar tone entered his voice. Oh my god! I can't sleep. It took me a minute to absorb that. At all? Never, he said, his voice nearly inaudible. He turned to look at me with a wistful expression. The golden eyes held mine, and I lost my train of thought. I stared at him until he looked away. You haven't asked me the most important question yet. His voice was hard now, and when he looked at me again, his eyes were cold. I blinked, still dazed. Which one is that? You aren't concerned about my diet? He asked sarcastically.
I think that's enough.
Don't let that make you complacent, though, he warned. Skipping ahead a little bit. Don't let that make you complacent, though, he warned me. They're right to keep their distance from us. We are still dangerous. I don't understand. We try, he explained slowly. We're usually very good at what we do. Sometimes we make mistakes. Me, for example, allowing myself to be alone with you. This is a mistake? I heard the sadness in my voice, but I didn't know if he could as well. A very dangerous one, he murmured. We were both silent again. I watched the headlights twist with the curves of the road. They moved too fast. It didn't look real. It looked like a video game. I was aware of time slipping away so quickly like that. Okay.
I just want to say, I am so personally and deeply offended that you chose to do this after the Adventures. Like, you chose this to be the follow-up to that. I'm so honestly personally offended. I want to cry.
Why?
I love and treasure, and it's a good series.
It is. I'm not denying that. I just wanted to
This is trash.
It is. It is absolutely trash. Do you know how Stephanie Meyer came up with this idea?
I forget, but I remember. Didn't she, like, dream?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, she had a dream about it.
And then wrote it in, like, one night?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but she had a dream about a guy and a girl standing in a meadow, and the guy, I guess, was sparkling. Long story short, she realized, he's a vampire, and then she decided to just write a story about it, and she made millions! And then, of course, E.L. James, or whatever the hell her name is.
Did you read any of those?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
well,
good.
Actually...
Liar. You just lied to me. You
You lied to me. No, I was in Barnes & Noble killing time, and I saw it on the shelf, and I'm like, okay. And I didn't read it. I went to the good parts.
You're gross.
Yeah.
You're nasty.
I felt tainted. Did you know that people, like, contracted herpes because of those books?
Good. That's what they deserve.
But
did you see any of the movies?
No, God, no. I've never seen.
Oh, because I had coworkers that were talking about how they go to see the movies.
You want to know the worst part, though?
What?
As I'm reading this, trying to find a good spot, I can feel myself not getting sucked back in, but I'm just like
enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it. I don't know.
It's like, okay, Twilight to me is like one of those like trashy fanfics you read online. You know it's trash, but it's like a good kind of trash.
Okay, but no, it's so funny. You know what? That's probably the reason I love this book so much. And probably the reason why a lot of people read this. Because depending on what fandom I'm reading, like whenever I read supernatural fanfic, I am one of those people. I'm sorry, people. I really am. But I read a lot of self-inserts. Oh,
you are.
I'm sorry. I'm one of those people.
I know you're one of those people.
I'm sorry. I'm one of those people. But I like being... I'm an actor. I like to be in part of the action. I like to be in it. Leave me... Shut up. But, and apparently... Bella is just a shell.
Well, yeah, because she was written in a way so everyone else could put themselves
and honestly I think that's why one of the reasons why the Twilight series is such a big deal, because everybody was able to put themselves in like a self-insert fan fiction. Except this one is a original fanfic with OC characters.
Yeah, and that became a fanfic that was also got published.
Oh my god.
Have you seen the article that's like 15 reasons why 50 Shades is basically Twilight, and it's like, it is. Do not know.
It's exactly Twilight. It's exactly Twilight.
Oh my god.
It is literally.
I hate people.
It is literally Twilight fanfiction. It's horrible.
I know.
It's horrible, and I hate myself for doing this, but Edward Cullen is staring at you again. Jessica said finally, breaking through my abstraction with his name. Abstraction? Yeah. Is that yeah. I wonder why he's sitting alone today at lunch. My head snapped up. I followed her gaze to see Edward, smiling crookedly with that crooked smile. Oh my god, I'm trash!
You've lost your mic.
No, but okay, so that was my love phase. That was my I went from like to obsession to hatred because I was betrayed by everything.
By the movies.
I was betrayed by the movies. And then I read all the books or whatever. Me and all my friends went to the midnight premiere of the final book of Breaking Dawn. Oh. We went. They had a contest where we broke up into teams. It was like two people a team. One person stood there and was a mannequin, and the other person got a roll of toilet paper, and they had to make a Bella Cullen wedding dress. And a red ribbon. I still have the ribbon, but I have no idea what the dress looks like. And I think we won. However, Philippa was the one making the dress. That makes sense.
I was going to ask if you won, and what did you win?
I think I won. I don't know what we won, and I have no idea what that dress looked like.
I was at a wedding shower where we had to do the same thing. I can kind of picture probably what you guys did.
Okay. All I know is that I think I had a train.
Probably.
I think I had a train.
It was a wedding dress. You probably had a train.
Yeah, but we all got our books and we immediately went back to her house, and it was the quietest sleepover I've ever been to, because everybody was just was reading, and every once in a while, hey, where are we? We're on this page. Okay. How are you that far ahead? It was that kind of thing. Yeah. And then somehow I just kind of fell off. Just fell off the wagon with it. I'm just like, okay, whatever.
As you should have.
Yeah. And I was ashamed for years afterwards. Rightfully so. Oh no. I'm not going to defend myself against this. I acknowledge what I was, and that's the last step in the 5 stages of grief.
Yeah.
Is acceptance. And that's why I bring this forward. It's just like that this is who I once was as a person. I've seen the error of my ways.
Yes.
And now I I can tell my story as a past Twi-hard. And in case
Oh.
anybody's wondering, Harry Potter is much better. I do not like Harry Potter. Well, there's the big debate. At least there was the big debate.
Is there?
There was. I'm not saying
Because people are dumb and this is trash.
this is trash. This is absolutely very well loved trash. Oh my god, this is.
I feel like this episode's just making me upset.
it's not.
I've just like been surrounding myself with stuffed animals.
You,
like
you do have a barrier. You do have a bit of a barrier.
Oh my god.
I touched his face. Look, I said, I love you more than anything else in the world combined. Isn't that enough? Yes, it is enough, he answered, smiling. Enough for forever. And he leaned down to press his cold lips once more to my throat. Page 498, the very last words of Twilight.
This is almost 500.
This is 2 pages short of 500 pages. Oh my god, what have I done? This is...
How many times did you read this?
3 times?
Why?
Because I didn't know any better. Because I was 15 and was lovesick. I wasn't a popular chick. I didn't have the best self-confidence. I always wanted a boyfriend, of course, because, you know, that's what all teenagers want. And it filled a void, which I'm sure it did for a lot of other people.
Sure.
Which is probably, which is why it made so much money, and probably is exactly the reason why 50 Shades made all this money, because it filled a void for...
It filled a void in a lot of housewives' certain holes.
You mean their heart?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh my god. Do you know that this probably won't surprise you, but do you know that the sales of ropes and what have you went up? Yeah.
Okay. So, because I want to say here now on the podcast, I have no interest in watching anything, in reading anything. I know we have been doing that. I don't want to.
I don't care. You're gonna do it. Sorry.
I love how you also, like, you know, we usually, like, explain the story. We have not done that at all.
Well, I'd like to think that most people know what Twilight is. Okay, here's the thing. Bella Swan moves to Forks, Washington to live with her
Forks?
Forks, Washington.
Okay.
To live with her father because they divorced and
she
her
wants to get forked.
Yeah, I guess she does. She's 17, I guess she does. But it's like her mother's going on the road with her current husband, blah, 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 blah. So she moves to Forks, Washington. She's the new girl in town, yada, yada, yada. And she meets a boy named Edward Cullen, who's 17. And of course, he has a really creepy but very well-dressed family. And it's like he's a popular kid. And of course, at first it's like, oh, he hates me, blah, 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 blah. Turns out that he was just trying not to kill her. And then he ends up, like, becoming really curious about her. And then he started talking to her. And then he felt the need to protect her. And then turns out they fell in love and became obsessed with each other. And he's the worst boyfriend in the entire world because he's super creepy, always going in her window and wanting to
he's a stalker.
Oh, he's a total stalker.
Yeah.
He's in real life, just like with anything, this would not be good.
No.
This would be horrible. I really want to find the page where they where he's in her room. I feel like I
know.
I feel
like what scene you're talking about.
Oh my god.
I feel like the way you read it also makes me hate it so much more.
Well, that's how most people read it. It's just like, well, this and this, blah 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 blah. I can read it seriously if you want me to.
Yes. Give me a serious rendition of Twilight.
Okay.
I demand it.
Okay. Okay. I'll do that. Okay, so... Alright, so I found the part where where it's after, like, the field where they have a real talk about him being a vampire and whatever.
Right.
And this is when pretty much she finds out that he has been spying on her while she sleeps. Okay, so real, actual, taken seriously reading right here.
Okay, I'm ready to be... transported.
Okay. I'm not okay. He walked beside me in the night, so quietly I had to peek at him constantly to be sure he was still there. In the darkness, he looked much more normal. Still pale, still dreamlike in his beauty, but no longer the fantastic, sparkling creature of our sunlit afternoon. He reached the door ahead of me and opened it for me. I paused halfway through the frame. The door was unlocked? No, I used the key from under the eave. I stepped inside, flicked on the porch light, and turned to look at him with my eyebrow raised. I was sure I'd never used that key in front of him. I was curious about you. You spied on me? But somehow I couldn't infuse my voice with the proper outrage. I was flattered. What? I'm becoming self-aware. Oh my god. He was unrepentant. What else is there to do at night? I let it go for the moment, but went down the hall to the kitchen. He was there before me, needing no guide. He sat in the very chair I tried to picture him in. His beauty lit up the kitchen. It was a moment before I could look away. I concentrated on getting my dinner. Okay, screw this. Blah, 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 blah. Couple paragraphs down. How often? I asked casually. He sounded as if I pulled him from another train of thought. I still didn't turn around. How often did you come here? I come here almost every night. I whirled, stunned. Why? You're interesting when you sleep. He spoke matter-of-factly. You talk. No, I gasped. Heat flooded my face all the way to my hairline. I gripped the kitchen counter for support. I knew I talked in my sleep. Of course, my mother teased me about it. I hadn't thought it was something I needed to worry about here, though. His expression shifted instantly in chagrin. Are you very angry with me? Well, that depends. I felt and sounded like I had the breath knocked out of me. He waited. On, he urged. What you heard, I wailed. Instantly, silently, he was at my side, taking my hand carefully in his. Don't be upset, he pleaded. He dropped his face to the level of my eyes, holding my gaze. I was embarrassed. I tried to look away. You miss your mother, he whispered. Okay, we're going to a couple pages. Again, oh my god, I did not realize how creepy this sounds.
Yeah, my dude.
Oh my god, this is so bizarre. Okay, so a couple pages ahead, she talked with her dad a little bit, and Edward kind of had to just disappear. So now she's going up to her room, thinking that she's going to have to call Edward in from outside, out of her window. I shut the door loud enough for him to hear, and then sprinted on my tiptoes to the window. I threw it open and leaned out into the night. My eyes scanned the darkness, impenetrable shadows of the trees. My eyes scanned the darkness, the impenetrable shadows of the trees. Edward, I whispered, feeling completely idiotic. The quiet, laughing response came from behind me. Yes? I whirled, one hand flying to my throat in surprise. He lay smiling hugely across my bed, his hands behind his head, feet dangling off the end, the picture of ease. Oh, I breathed, sinking unsteadily to the floor. I'm sorry, he pressed his lips together, trying to hide his amusement. Just give me a minute to restart my heart. He sat up slowly, yada yada yada. Then he leaned forward and reached out with his long arms to pick me up, gripping the tops of my arms like I was a toddler. He sat me on the bed beside him. Why don't you sit with me? Like she has a goddamn choice! How's the heart? You tell me. I'm sure you hear it better than I do. Can I ask you, with my legit reading, is this making you less angry?
With your legit reading, it is making me less angry.
However, if I were to... We sat there for a moment in silence, both listening to my heartbeat.
I was also going to say, I'm also slightly distracted because I'm trying to order food right now. But, like, I'm totally listening to you, but it is making me less angry.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Just... This... If anything, this is good because it's making me realize just exactly how fucking creepy this is. Good God.
I know I asked you if we needed another, therapy session when you first got here. I feel like this is your therapy session.
This is, it's just, I showed you a clip. I showed you a single clip of when Edward met
their first sighting.
The first sighting of the Here we will see the majestic Collins entering the room. They show no interest in the prey that is in the room, so they will move on. They sit boringly off the side. Do you have any thought towards that?
Like I said, I have such little interest in Twilight.
I want to show you one more scene. I also feel like
I've seen that scene in passing before.
Okay. You never watched Breaking Dawn Part 2, correct?
I've seen none of them.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I want to show you...
Is that the last one?
It's the very last one.
Is it the scene with all of them?
You mean the battle scene?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I've seen, a clip, not pictures, a photo set of, what is it, the Valkyrie?
The Volturi,
The
yeah.
Volturi. Oh, and was it Dakota Fanning?
Yes, Dakota Fanning is in it.
Just all of them standing and
Okay, I'm gonna show you that one scene. It's like, it is a little more lengthy than the last one that I showed you, but I feel like you need to watch it. I'm super curious.
Yeah.
About your thoughts on this one.
Okay.
You sound so reluctant. It's just like, fine. Okay, great. All right.
I mean, it's a mediocre fight scene with bad CGI.
Yeah, it is a very...
But it also reminded me that I know I've seen a lot of people say that Twilight is basically a book with a lot of great supporting characters and just the most boring main couple.
That's a good way of describing it, yeah.
When we were watching the fight scene, you're like, oh, this guy has this power. It reminded me of, like, a Tumblr post that I read.
Yeah, and it's like, it does. Like, I like Alice, who's the younger, quote-unquote, younger sister who can tell the future, and she's actually really interesting. And then there's Jasper, who... Oh, no, Jasper does have a power. He can, like, control the moods of people, and then Emmett is just super strong. Rosalie's a bitch. There was just...
Rami Malek. Captain Planet.
Yeah, he's Captain Planet. I think his name's Ben in the book, but
Don't disgrace him like that.
Lee Pace is in it. You don't know who Lee Pace is.
I've heard of him.
Okay, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
Who does he play?
He was the purple, not Thanos.
Oh,
Not that.
Oh,
He was
Nothing goes over my head.
No. He was.
In the first one?
Yeah, in the first one, he was the main bad guy. The purple dude with heavy eye makeup.
Yes.
Yeah, but just
I know Lee Pace.
somehow they managed
I've seen
to get
a movie once.
Somehow they managed to get a whole bunch of good people, and just it ruined. It's just oh my god, the movies. Everybody in the movies, I think, really wanted a second job except for Kristen Stewart. But it's just. Oh my god. One of these days I will reread all the Twilight books.
Why?
Because I feel like I need to return to my roots.
Why?
Because...
Sometimes the past is better left in the past.
I know. But about 3 things I am absolutely positive. First, Twilight was my first fandom love that I can really remember.
Was it?
No, actually, I don't think it was.
It was like 8th grade. You loved something before that.
No, with that level of deep where I say that I am in this fandom, I honest to God think this was my introduction into fandoms.
Are you fucking me?
No, I'm not fucking you.
I don't know if the microphone picked that up.
It probably did. If anything, I'll make it more. I'll up the volume.
Wow, I guess I thought you were more into Harry Potter.
I think I've always just been a generic fan of Harry Potter.
Really?
Never.
I was that kid that, like, elementary school, I had Harry Potter bed sheets, pillows. I had at least 3 to 5 Harry Potter posters. I had all the audiobooks and the regular books. I went to midnight book releases.
Oh, yeah, no, I
was that Harry Potter fan.
No, I wasn't that Harry Potter fan. I was one of those people who, back in the day...
I guess that it's just what happens when you're born with taste.
Grivas, come on, man. I was young and stupid, and... God damn it, Grief. I'm
sorry, I feel like this is... for the first time that we recorded, I think this is the most checked out I've been, because it's so honestly don't care and don't want to care about Twilight.
Okay, well, you know what? I think with that we should just stop it here then. But that's not the point of the podcast. The point of this podcast is to just share something that you like, and this was different because I used to like these books. I used to love these books, and I should really put that down before I get sucked back in.
Oh my god, every time she puts the book near me, I just want to throw it across my room.
Grivas.
No, honestly.
She won't let me. Don't throw it.
She won't let me touch it. I feel like I had just like a general like dislike of it, but hearing you talk, like read it and stuff, it just made me so upset.
Well, there was a big difference between me reading it like this and,
oh my god, see that right there?
Will you get back there in time?
That
Girl, only in a town this small would a father know the high school dances were. Just, yeah, but reading it like legit made it more bearable.
It did.
Okay, good.
I feel like if that had been posted on like fanfiction.net, I'd be like, whatever.
Like Twilight, like the actual...
Yeah, like the book itself.
Okay. Alright,
well... It's a published piece of work.
It is a published piece of work.
Oh my god.
That means both things. It's like, it's a published piece of work, of literature. And it's just like, it's a published piece of work. It's a piece of shit.
Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
This is like our most downer episode.
Alright, I'm gonna save you. Okay, I'm gonna save you then, so...
No, I just feel like it's such a negative, because usually I'm like questioning and I'm like, oh, didn't like it, but oh my god, I'm just like laying here. And I'm so sorry.
Well, if anything, it makes this more interesting. But if anything, it just makes it a more interesting thing to listen to because I don't know. So we're
I think we're finito.
We're done.
Thank you guys for listening. I hope
Grievous, thank you for listening.
You're welcome. Oh my god. This is like our most comfy like recording session. I am like surrounded by like blankets and like stuffed animals, and I needed it because that was a piece of work.
You needed support.
I did.
Well,
and I hope this wasn't too hard for you guys to listen to. I hope you somewhat enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, we will.
With a better topic.
Oh, come on, man! Alright, fine. I get the hint. Alright, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye. Middle school was a trying time, okay? Yeah.